now, and I am going to double check. Oh shit, Tron is on. I'm gonna have to end my stream. I'm not gonna go and stream while Tron is on. I think he's inviting people on right now too. This motherfucker, this dude, this man. I don't mean motherfucker. He's a good guy. Yeah, he got a multi. Man, that sucks. I mean, it's good, but it kind of sucks. I mean, hopefully he ends the stream earlier. You know what? I'm gonna do my own stream first, and then I'll join Tron afterwards. Even though I love Tron, and I think I will share his stream out, right? You know, I mean, let's do that. Let's share Tron's stream out, and then I will decide if I want to join it. There we go. I'm putting the link in the chat. Tron is streaming too right now. There we go. And I'm hearing my own audio, which is very disturbing. So today we're experimenting with a different setup. What we are doing is we are using Restream directly. So yeah, today we're doing a different routine. We're using Restream directly as opposed to dust. As opposed to you know, where I would usually link OBS directly to YouTube, or I would link OBS directly to, you know, whatever the heck I'm streaming to. Because, you know, you go from OBS to Restream and then to YouTube, and that would be useful when you want to, you know, stream to multiple platforms, which I'm starting to do now with, you know, dual casting, simulcasting to Rumble as well as the YouTube. But I think the quality is better when you stream directly. We need to someday. So anyway, what I'm doing real quick is looking for the user manual for my tablet, because I think I'm gonna need it, right? You know, we download the manual and then Google Chrome be like this or that. Oh shoot. Wow, I'm all over the place right now because it had just occurred to me I may have to start this stream again. I went through all these efforts to, like, you know, fire it up and all. But, you know, I'd say my biggest problems right now with this method of streaming is, number one, I don't seem to have a unified chat window yet. I would really like to have that. I would really like to have my Restream YouTube and, you know, Rumble chat together. See, it's like not even connecting to the chat window right now. Oh, I know why that wouldn't work in OBS because, duh. Okay, so we have the chat over here, and then if I go to, let's try it out. You know what? This will be a test. OBS virtual camera. Tron's buddy is trying to do something here with the OBS virtual camera, I think. Might have to pop in there just to, you know, show them how I do it at least. I don't know if my way is the best, but it works. So let's see if this stream is working on Rumble right now, and it looks like it is. And it says one person is watching, which may or may not be me. What I'm doing is I'm setting a test message in the text form. Text message. And just to see, what comes up on my screen. Yeah, it looks like, okay, I got two different chats. You know what we're gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what they do on Pacific 414. So we're gonna open up Photoshop, and we're gonna make a banner. In fact, I'm gonna join Tron stream right now. So forgive me for, not dedicating myself to my own stream, but we must do this in the name of the grid. The grid is where Tron comes from. So we're gonna join his stream. And I'm going to put a picture up on my stream. Why, thank you. Do I have to click a button to do that? Oh, I'm in. Am I in? Oh, yeah, I'm in. All right. Hey, what's up, bro? It was just Friday afternoon free for all, but then I saw you were streaming. So I was like, yeah, what the heck? I'll join here because I was still getting my stuff ready. So I figured I'd hang out. I won't talk too much. I usually talk a lot, that, like I'm doing now. I figured I'd give me a chance to figure some stuff out because I'm trying to do the Rumble to YouTube, Rumble and YouTube at the same time. And that works. Getting the chat to work together, that's a different story. I have to say, stay tuned on that one. How's your day going? Thank you. Got this cool Star Trek mug. When it gets hot, you can see the crew beaming aboard, and then when it gets hot, you can see when it gets cool, when you're drinking it, they get decapitated. So as you drink the coffee, I guess if I lean it over, we'll be able to see their heads again. But yeah, as you're drinking the coffee, cool. Glad to hear you're having a good day, man. But yeah, so they lose their heads as you drink the coffee, and I bought one for a friend of mine, and that's the first thing his wife noticed was how every morning it looks like they're getting decapitated. Or over here, they're getting their heads back. Now, I went to clean this mug with super hot water, and I made a mistake. I think it ruined the ink a little bit, but it still does most of the magic. Hey, what up there, Mr. Maestro? What are you trying to do? Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I would expect. Yeah, because like usually, yeah, it's exactly what I'm doing basically. Like I go to settings icon down here, and if I have the OBS virtual camera toggled on, which I have in the bottom right corner, it says, start virtual camera. In fact, if I hit stop virtual camera right now, I guess this is what's gonna happen, right? So essentially, I have that selected, but that's not happening for you. What are you getting? Like just a blank screen when you try to select OBS? Interesting. I understand. Yeah, man, take it easy. I totally got you. Well, it's some trial and error. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. Oh wait, but you got the logo to come up. Did that logo come up when you turned off virtual camera? Interesting. Okay. No, it's cool. Only other thing I can think is when I'm doing desktop sharing, and even if you play with this at a later time, when I share a desktop, like right now, that's my right monitor I'm toggling off. So if I go to properties on that, usually it'll have two things: capture method, which I usually leave on automatic, and then display. Obviously, if you have one monitor, you're gonna only have one display, but sometimes, like especially on my older computer with a different, or the one with the AMD graphics card in it, which as opposed to NVIDIA, I find that for whatever reason, I don't know why really, but I just know sometimes in a situation when I get a blank screen for a specific app, I'll just basically switch between these two options, and like half the time it works. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So, what kind of VTube do you use? Like, is it like a 3D one, or is it one of those PNG graphics VTubers? That's cool. I want to set one of those up at some point. I've been meaning to reach out to a friend who does that. Even the flat graphical one is a headache. Jesus. Yo, it did look like a headache though. Like I mean, like mhm. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these. They go through Discord or something like that. I've seen a few ways to set these up. It does look like, it's got like a lot of like layers to it. Because I mean, one, I was looking at 3D ones and I downloaded an app and it was working. I had a 3D whatever, VTuber persona. And I was like, I want to download more. And then that's where things got weird because it's like, okay, I'm going to some generic 3D graphics website where it's like, I don't even know if these models are compatible, and then all that shit. Yeah. But if it was just a PNG, I might be able to work it out. Or if I just knew I had to resave it as a PNG, that would be cool. It's when trying to do the 3D ones, but like I ultimately like I'm gonna go the route you're going. I think where I like the way it looked. I have a friend they were doing like the 2D graphics. So when they're playing a video game, they got like a little character in the corner, and either the character pops up or lights up or the mouth changes. I'm like, that's perfect. I blame Tron. I think Tron hacked the grid with his mind and made it so that this shit would not work. Diabolical. Yeah, he got the Google Glass and the Tron juice, and I mean, I got this. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, like one of those movies. Yeah, yeah, Swordfish or whatever, the Matrix guy. Yep. Oh yeah, I got to put a link on. I started streaming on my own channel, but then I put in a message saying, go to Tron's channel. So I'm gonna put like a picture up of my stream saying, go here. And if and when this stream ends, if my stream doesn't end first, then I'll take it off. But I'll leave the banner up because, like I said, I was still just getting my shit together. I wasn't ready to stream, but for some reason I decided to start. And then I was like, oh screw it, Tron's running, so I'll just pop in. But yeah, let's do that. That thing happens. Yeah, sometimes I forget, like if I'm looking at the YouTube window instead of the like what you're doing. Yeah, watch myself. Scene two. Yeah, that would be a lot of. Just got to give him a goatee. Then he's Eviltron automatic. I love that on Star Trek. They add a goatee to Spock, and now you got Mirror Universe Spock. Oh my god. There was, I think he had to disguise himself with a beard at one point. In fact, oh god, there was one episode he puts on a beard. And Counselor Troy. This one was even weirder because he was just doing it because he wanted a cool affectation. So he's explaining to Counselor Troy, like, oh, does the beard not make me look more distinguished and more, you know, and Counselor Troy is trying not to laugh at him because she's like a psychologist, you know, so she can't make fun of the guy. But like, she just leaves Geordi high and dry while she's laughing her ass off. But I'm sure he did it as infiltration, like in an episode with Romulans. He had to put on like, you know, a Romulan prosthetic on the top, and they had to do Data's hair to look like a, you know, a mop top, like one of the friggin' Beatles. So I mean, they did do an infiltration with Data involved there. Well, definitely, like in the original series, I know for a fact they had that. Next Generation, I'm not sure. Although I could be, you know, just drawing a blank here. DS9, oh yeah, old episodes, 100%. Yes, that was a great episode. Mirror is the episode name, and they did it on. You ever watch Enterprise, the prequel? Well, Enterprise was the one that they did in like 2001 to 2005 or something like that. It was like a 4-season Star Trek series that, you know, it was basically, it took place before the original series and around then. And it had the guy from Quantum Leap on it. You know, it's an old ass show, a time travel show. Yeah, so he was the captain. Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing. I had mixed attitudes about it. At some point, I'll give it a chance, but it seemed okay. I wasn't crazy about it. You know, they always got to put in like a really flamboyant guy in there nowadays and stuff. But I mean, I shouldn't judge it until I, you know, judge it by the content. Mm-hmm. That is true. What is the whole problem with the whole freaking reboot thing? Is like, especially modern reboots. Like, I've seen remakes before, but now it's like, you know, it's really deprived of any originality because it's like they want to keep it similar enough, but it's like make your own thing. If you want to make something, make it your own. But like, at this point, like I said, copy and paste, just more modernized. Maybe like, mm, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it's like this one thing about the old Quantum Leap that was just cool, and modern audiences, especially, you know, woke audiences, wouldn't like it. Would be the guy, the hologram guy, not Doctor, Al Calavici. He was actually an admiral in the Navy, I think, and obviously, you know, he's working. Yeah, you know, he's working a black budget project now, time travel and research. But yeah, he was an admiral and he had real authority. And sometimes you'd have these episodes where he had to deal with the Pentagon over funding, and that's always tricky because it's a semi top secret program, so they got to justify why they're using all of this money without necessarily telling every senator why. But he was funny, man. That guy, you know, he's always talking about. They may have had a couple of people from branches. I don't recall off the top of my head. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, because I mean, like, you know, you had like in Quantum Leap, you had Al the Admiral, you had Dr. Samuel Beckett, you had this guy named Gushy, which sounds like Gucci the brand, but it's spelled differently, and the computer. The talking computer, Ziggy, which half the time you only saw Ziggy talk when they went to Back to the Future, but most of the time Al was looking at his handheld computer, telling him what Ziggy says. But you know, yeah, it looked like a bunch of Legos. And when I got a Palm Pilot, I used to pretend I was the guy from Quantum Leap. I'd be like, Ziggy says. Then I'd get a cigar and chase women. Because that's what he was doing, right? He was always chasing tail, yo. He was always like, look at the ass on that. That's what made Al the man's man, you know. Oh wait, I can't put a graphic on there. I gotta put it over there. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking to myself. But yeah, so it was a good show. And so the guy from that played the captain on Enterprise, the prequel series, and they did a Mirror Universe episode, just like the original series. They, ended up in the Mirror Universe, and you had like an evil version of the wondrous motherfucker. Like they would take aliens prisoner and then torture the shit out of them. That was the doctor. The doctor on the show was playing. Yo, it was great, man. Like not at all. Yeah, it didn't phase them at all. And the doctor was like the guy who's normally compassionate was like the top of it. Like he was like the main guy who really wanted to mess around with the aliens like badly. Yeah, it was the best Star Trek we've had since. Well, I don't know. Like people watching Picard, they say like this is the best Star Trek since 2005. Yeah, I gotta rewatch it because I wasn't paying a lot of attention to it, but you know, like they did 3 seasons, but I would skip. You could skip season 2, and you wouldn't be missing anything. Like it goes back to the 2000s. It takes place in an America where Trump was president. They don't say that, but that's pretty much what they're depicting there. And so, of course, like they're constantly doing their political allegory alongside what's going on. Now, some people complain like there's a scene where the Borg Queen opens up the car hood of a car and eats the batteries, like, rah, 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 rah. And like it looks stupid. But then a friend of mine argues, well, I mean, look, the Borg is in the past and she needs to, get raw material. She's got nanoprobes in her body that can like reform. It's like, okay, he got me there, but I still, wasn't having it. Like, I want Star Trek to be on a spaceship in the future, not to be spending the whole season in 2012 or 2020, whatever. I could watch 24 if I want to do that or something. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, they love doing that. It's like you got that generic military uniform, in the sci-fi realm, I guess at least, But it's true they got like they got that thing, they wear the hat. I'm trying to remember. Battlestar Galactica was somewhat original, but they were pretty much naval uniforms. I love knockoffs. I love when people do knockoffs of Star Wars or something like when it's like a blatant knockoff. Hey, what up, Peter? Oh yeah, good idea. I think it depends on if you're doing display capture or window capture. And then like we went over that pull down menu before we had like the 3 options. Oh, bummer. I forgot. Mm-hmm. I gotta see the last season. Give it a chance. I I had fun watching Mandalorian for like 2 seasons, and like it wasn't like epic, but it was good. It was watchable. You got spaceships and a guy wearing a mask. That's half the fun right there. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, I can see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they somebody's like, yeah, I can see that. Especially, it's in the Star Wars universe. Not like they don't have information on what exists. They have entire books about this stuff, right? Like essential guide to weapons and vehicles. I think I have one in this desk, and just they literally like tell you how weapons are made, who makes them, what parts are in the guns, and anybody who wants to make a new Star Wars series could literally get that book, and they would have like an idea of everything from like the before the Clone Wars to now. That's a very interesting. I gotta say that one came out of nowhere for me, but it was interesting looking. I mean, like definitely, like it's a step up from a conventional lightsaber. It's something, and also I found like the what little I know about it, I heard like it gets heavier or some shit like that. It resists you the more angry you get. I forget what the. Do you remember how that thing works? That yeah. Oh. So, whatever. Cool. Yuck. It's a cool game. Yeah. I mean, that game is like, it's got a hell of a learning curve. It's a bit over my head. I always wanted to get into it, but it's like I feel like woefully unprepared for it. But I think it takes like a good mind to like get into that game. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he ain't messing around. Spreadsheets. Theoretically, you would just have metal on metal and it would still work, but now you're going to wear out your brake discs or rotors, so it's not a good time and it's not going to work as well as having an actual brake pad. But they're pretty cool. Yeah, I'd say brakes matter. It's an interesting place to mount the graphics card. Is that the way that people do it now? Kids these days. Small form factor. I think a Linux machine, and it's inherently superior. No, but Linux is highly flexible. You got so many distributions of Linux, and sometimes, yeah, you got to fight with it. You do. You really do have to fight with it to get like certain things working. But today, I mean, you get like a fresh like Linux Mint install, and a lot of times, if your computer's like 3 years old, shit will work. Like it's not like years ago. Well, that's the beauty of it. It's got superior diversity. That's a good point, though. You got well, so that's half the thing. How can it be superior if there are multiple versions? Because you're right. Like, well, which one is superior? You know. And the thing about Linux is, I think I should be more accurate and say it's flexible. You know, there's the Linux available for everybody. Like, you know, and not everyone, not the Linux that's suited for one purpose is not necessarily going to be well suited for a desktop user or whatever. You know. Yeah. And well, Yep. Yeah. Nobody's calling you out of the kindness. Yeah, that's true. Hmm. In theory. I mean, like, look, jailbreaking works, but it's like, then they come out with an update and either you're losing an exclusive feature or it breaks the functionality of the device. Like, I don't jailbreak phones. I'll do my own phones, but I won't jailbreak shit for anybody else because I don't want to be bothered with supporting it, especially some people, they'll do something stupid. You'll tell them not to update it and they'll update it. But that said, it's true. Like, if you do want an iPhone to behave like an Android phone, that's the only way. And jailbreaking, like, made it much more usable. That's cool. Uh, hmm I mean, if I was paying a guy to repair my shit and they were gonna jailbreak it for me, I'd be like, hell yeah. Yeah, you don't get a lot of control under the hood on a lot of phones. So if you want to install apps that are not in the App Store, you can't really do it unless you jailbreak it. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, the TV. Perf. It's cool. Hell yeah, I wire everything, you know, like, you just get, you don't even need Cat 6, you get good quality, Cat 5e solid copper core, and you'll get, like, proper gigabit speeds, and even 10 gig speeds over short runs if anyone even ever needs that. Oh, hell yeah. I did get a cat Gotchi. Yeah, I got a Katagotchi for Nintendo Switch yesterday. I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna do if I just figure it's better than a real cat. No offense to cat keepers, just you know, the fur. Feed me. Yes, true. My turtle laid eggs recently. Yeah, I mean they weren't fertilized eggs, but she I'm glad she got them out because I was worried about her. You know, when they are starting to lay eggs, or when they don't lay them yet, they start climbing out, or they try to climb out of their enclosure, and I'll put her in a sandbox, and she will just try to climb out of the sandbox, even though that's there for her. And I was just relieved to see the eggs came out. Because my biggest fear is the eggs get stuck because that can sort of happen. Like they get, and you got to get surgery, and I don't want to put them through that. My turtles are the cleanest, perfectest turtles. I don't know what you're talking about. Jokes aside, you're right though. Like I can't touch food. I can't touch my computer after. I mean, I do it sometimes, but like they can live with the salmonella too. It's not just that they carry it; is that they can carry it because it doesn't necessarily kill them. It's sometimes part of their normal gut flora. Yeah. Oh my, they're not having it. Yeah. Whoa. I thought they would. Wait, so I thought they don't just want to protect the egg. They decide to kill the egg, or is it the neighboring hens killed it, baby, the hatchling? Ah, yeah, like a lion. Lions do that shit, yo. They'll get together with a new female cat, and they'll immediately like kill all of the young. Be like, oh, these aren't my kids. They don't do stepchildren. Oh, yo, spiders too. Praying mantises are like, it's a hard and fast rule of them. Like they do it every time. Spiders, if you're a smart male spider, you'll run right after getting laid. But if you don't run, like you're dinner. Mary Jane eating him. Oh my god. Cool. It was like, aw. Under pressure. Dung 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 dung. So I got that song stuck in my head. Oh, to be young, to be young again. I wish I was young like you. I think I'm getting there. I always feel old. The nines, the nines are the worst. My mom hated the nines, like 49, 39, 59. Like that made them feel older than being at the beginning of the decade. Being, 40 or 30, at least, it's the beginning of your 30s, not the end. Yo, seriously, I'll have what he's having. I think part of it is the sun. Yo, that's kind of badass. I would love to see that. That's understandable. Yeah. Yeah, man. Being brutal in Fortnite, the sheer brutality of it, that does draw likes on the shorts. I do like you I do like your shorts, Tron, or Nate. Who's Nate, by the way? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, and I do like his shorts. I really do. And shorts in general. Like I know people always shit on shorts being like the plague of the world, but they're kind of all right. I mean, like I get it. Like YouTube trying to be like TikTok, but use the shorts to give someone a chuckle. Give something entertaining out, and you know everything else is up to the YouTube, which by the way, I can't post shorts. I don't know what the hell happened, but like I go into the app, I hit the plus sign, and there's no shorts anymore. I gotta reach out to support again and see if they could tell me what's up. Because I have one short up. You go to my channel, there's one short. It's like my 3D printer, and that's it. And it's like I want more shorts. That was like last July they stopped working. Oh my god, yeah. Do it. This well, I'm practicing with my new drawing tablet because I haven't used one of these in years, and I don't really have the technique down at all. I'm just kind of using it in a manner that I'm familiar with. This one's with a pen right now. I'm using the pen tool, which doesn't work like a pen per se. You can see, like, I've been drawing these vectors, basically. So what you do is you start off with, like, a graphic. And this is a graphic from a friend's channel. And I asked him to send me, like, whatever he had, like, whatever the highest resolution JPEG or whatever he had. Because I suspected, yeah, because he didn't have like any vector. I noticed when he was enlarging it or something that I felt it could be a little sharper. Like I have a drinking mug with his logo on it, and I was like, I don't know, maybe the way they print drinking mugs isn't that clear, but maybe if there was a sharper source image, it would come out nicer. Here, I'll get the mug. So, not trying to put my friend on blast here, and that means we should have 16 likes. Y'all better not be slacking. Nah, but my friend's channel is the Notorial Lifeform. So I just said, send me what you have, and I'll play with it on my free time or something, because I just really wanted to see as a practice project to see if I can get him like a vector art logos. Because, in vector art, like just like what you see in the shapes I was drawing out, these curves here are mathematical functions. So once you save the image in whatever format it's saved in, this curve, this straight line, a triangle, you can zoom in on it infinitely and you won't see pixels, because it's basically just an instruction telling the computer that this is a 45-degree angle. This curve has the following coordinates in it. And then essentially when you save the image as a JPEG or a PNG, then that's when it's gonna, you got to give it a resolution. But the point is that I can save an image of a really low resolution for use in a thumbnail image, or I can save an image the size of a billboard and it'll have smooth curves regardless, as long as I, start off with this I'm sorry, this file here. I'm sorry, I'm drawing these curves. So these curves I'm drawing, like I said, they're mathematical functions. So basically it means that, like, whoa, shit. Ah, shit, I lost it. But the theory is that you take an image like this and you trace it out. You follow the patterns, and you can do like straight lines, you can do curves. So obviously I'm doing a rough sketch for this segment here, but once you have your image traced out, let's say we did this. So that grave thing right there, whoops, how did I do that? Yeah, that grave thing over there can now be resaved, and no matter how much I zoom into it, that there's not going to be any pixel on that curvature. Once I save it as a JPEG, yeah, then you're going to see pixels on the curve. But if I save it as like a really big JPEG, say, an image that was the size of a billboard, it will work. So that's the beauty of vector art. Whereas my friend was working with like these PNGs or JPEG images, and they're fine, but this is 100% zoom. If I zoom in any more than what we're looking at right now, then you're gonna have you're gonna have pixelation. So the goal with the vector art is to be able to do this diagonal line in such a way that no matter what method of sizing you use, you're always gonna have a smooth line instead of these pixels. And then after I do the background part, that's going to be the easy part to vector. Everything else, like these Star Trek logos and ships, these I'll probably also, trace them. Because that's what you're doing with a lot of basic vector. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on there. So sometimes you got to watch out. If people are selling art, you got to see if they're tracing other people's art. But like, I think it's pretty original. If you start with a photograph, you trace it, and then you make it look really popping. That's cool. And I suck at it, but I've done like I think my Twitter avatar for the longest time was just a shit cartoon that I did, and it worked avatar size. And that's the fundamental basis of that type of artwork. So that's what I'm doing, Pete. Ouch. Yeah. There we go. I ordered me some dinner. So when that comes through, I'll let you all know. And then I I'll ship it to you guys. Yeah, I ordered from Goku Kitchen. Apparently, that's like a new place. I've never ordered from Goku before, but they got a combination of what looks like Japanese and Chinese cuisine. And did you know, like, I don't recommend using the DoorDash app because it's usually more expensive than just calling the place or using their own ordering system. But it's super convenient using DoorDash. But a new feature in DoorDash is that you can literally order from like different, like you could order from across the country. So if I go into search and I type in like Austin, Texas or some shit up here, it will literally let me order food from like across the country. They'll pack it and they'll freeze it and they'll ship it over to New York for like a fee. Yo, seriously. It's like something like that, but it is like it's probably like $100 or something to get like a pizza or something across the country. I would assume. I'm just kind of guessing, but you could do that now. Yeah, so I guess I could order dinner for everybody. Just it won't be there till like Tuesday, or I think it might come as early as Monday. But like last time I checked this, it would take about I think 3 business days. You got to beat the dog. Well, that's how you train him. You got to give him a whack. Don't use a newspaper. You got to find a nice metal. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Dogs are sweet, and you're right. When they're young, you got to be a little patient with them. And I'm sure you got your way. You've probably had more dogs. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, I heard. I think I heard your boyfriend yelling at the dog. It reinforces it, telling the dog, "Don't do that. This is bad." So that's a good way to deal with that, I think. And over time, the dog will grow into living in your house and learn to ask when it wants to go. Yeah. Oh, okay. You ever have a dog where you're relaxing and you say to the dog, you say to your friend, like, go outside, and you're talking to your friend, and then the dog jumps up, it perks up, like, what? Did you say go outside? I get that shit sometimes. It's so annoying, but it's like understandable. That's what you meant. Okay, now I get it. I didn't get the joke for a second. I thought it was a joke about prices. Oh, okay. I'm so out of the loop. Oh, cool. That is a cool shirt. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Suck it to me. Yeah, I think I'm expecting rain tonight, and I gotta visit my friend's house. But I'll put on a rain poncho when I ride my bike. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, on the homestead. Yeah, and like if you're in a field or if you're under a tree, either way, it's like you can't win with lightning when you're out in the country. Like you're either in a field, so you're the tallest fucking thing there, or you're under a tree and it's gonna get struck by lightning because it's taller. Yeah, that's true. One of the coolest things I experienced when I was like 12 or 14, I was camping and we went to seek refuge in a cabin while there was a lightning storm, and the fireplace or the chimney must have gotten struck by lightning because right behind where my friend was sitting, like 2 feet away from him, a big blue ball of lightning, not ball lightning, but it looked like a ball of lightning, popped out of that brickwork somehow. Maybe there was rebar. And yeah, that was pretty fucking cool. I mean, like, it was a little scary, but I mean, we didn't get zapped, so that was cool. Tron juice. I'm sorry, I had to say Tron. Hmm. Yeah. Some people, what is that shit? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That stuff is pretty good. Well, Well, like some people say too much water is not good because you washing away nutrients, but that's easy to deal with, you know. And some people would say you can't drink distilled water at all. You totally can, but distilled water apparently really like pure. I'm talking like if you make your own water from like a steam distillery, that you need to add minerals. Otherwise, it won't kill you, but it'll pull the minerals out of the food you already ate, basically. So that's no fun. But water in general, like I don't think anyone could ever go wrong with water, but you know, like the electrolytes, even Gatorade. The key with Gatorade is if you ever see the sports when they dump the Gatorade on the guy's head, it's always watered down, and that's the key. When you're an athlete or doing anything like outside, watering down the Gatorade makes it better for you. Hmm. Hawaiian Punch is good. Yeah. Crystal Light's not bad either. Yeah, I mean, well, Hawaiian Punch is like actually pretty sugary, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, good work. Hmm. Oh yeah. Heard great things about it. It's a good game. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. My friend Snowdub plays Ghost of Tsushima from time to time on weekends, and just looks like a good. I don't know. I might have to buy that at some point because like it's gonna be a whole other story game to get into. But I like the single play. I like single player games, and I love how it looks like sort of like the Tenchi Muyo movie, the Tenchi OVA movie. If anyone's seen that, it takes place during that era, and I love that shit. Mm-hmm. Phasmophobia. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. I dabbled in VR a little bit. Like I didn't get too deep in it, but I did it on my phone, a couple few of my phones, and it's got potential. It's just that I wasn't ready, to get like a headset. You got so many options. I think I would go with the Steam one, but you got a lot of options. You got the I don't know which one to go with. And PlayStation VR is cool because at least it's on a console, and usually consoles just work. What do you got? What kind of VR do you have VR? Have you ever used VR? Oh yeah, that one's interesting. My friend got the like lightweight version. I think it's called the Oculus Go, and that one was yeah, but they got Oculus Rift, and they got a lot of them. They got Oculus Rift, they got Oculus Go. So Oculus Rift, I think, is like the better one where you hook it up to a computer or something. Oculus Go is pretty much completely self-contained. Like you don't even have to hook it up to a phone if you don't want it. So it's basically a headset, the game controllers that have these little rings on them, and it's got multiple cameras built into it. And when you're using the VR, when you start walking near a wall, the wall will fade into existence. So like initially you'll be in the VR world, but then you're getting too close to a wall and you'll see the camera view that, hey, there's a wall here. So I really liked the seamlessness of that. And his kids still throw the controllers at stuff, even though you're supposed to, not throw the controller, but, guess they like to be immersed. Meow. That's a nice cat, yeah. And he looks like he's mad chill too. He's like chilling with Pete. He's not being annoying at all. Okay, maybe he's being a little. The cat, you gotta be careful with them. You can't trust them, yo. They got an agenda. Like, when they rubbing up on you and you're thinking, oh, this cat likes me. No, they just want their scent on you so they can say, he's mine or she's mine. And that's what cats do. But I gotta respect them for having the game, having a long-term plan. Like, knowing they got their priorities straight. I'll give them that. I got my turtle right here. Here we are. Good. I got a little video of my buddy Puffy. This is her when she was like gravid, when she had eggs like a week ago trying to climb out. So, I make a little loop out of that because, I don't know, it's cute. But yeah. Oh. Yo. Right? I know. Tell me about it, Sean. I'm with you because I was like saying the same thing. Like it looked like a cool game. I look it up. I'm like, I wasn't like, I usually go chase the Steam sales, but 70 was like a little high up. Like, even for a game I love, which I'm not saying I would love it, but I'm saying games that I love, even then, it's like a tough decision, like going above 60. Well, we got to stick together. If we see a sale on Steam, we got to let each other know. So if I see that come up on sale before you, I'll let you know if I remember. But no, I mean, like, seriously, like, that's what it comes down to. Some games never go on sale. Sometimes they take a long time to go on sale, but when they do, it's, like, wonderful, man. Like, I'll spend a lot of money on a weekend when Steam has, like, a bunch of sales, and especially when they're doing, like, I love when they do these deep discount games. Oh, my God, it's wonderful. And, yeah, good thing I remembered that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember watch my friend when he's playing Snowdub was playing it on the stream, and there was like a bunch of there was a beehive. He had to shoot a bow and arrow at the beehive to get the bees agitated to help infiltrate enemy base camp. I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool way to incorporate nature. Oh wow, yeah, that'll do. Is that to like for stealth, cloak and dagger to to hide yourself, or like what's the wind telling you to? How is the wind helping you? Is it for aiming your weapons in this case? Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, you are a great sales rep for that game, and I may have to get that Ghost of Tsushima game. I always love a good Japanese city name with a Shima. Hiroshima, Toshima, Kageshishima. But no, jokes aside, no, it did look like an interesting game to begin with, and I appreciate you shedding light on, some of the mechanics of that. Now, Ghost of Hiroshima, they glow in the dark. It's a good time. Yo, it's gonna be fire, man. Don't worry, I'm getting that. Thank you for giving me the chance to do that on your channel with you. And yeah, I don't know if I want to reveal it yet. I mean, you can reveal it if you want, but it's a very vague outline. If you like starships and you want to see us critiquing and talking about starships, well, that's what we're putting together here, and we may very well be getting. I think Punkwaddle. Yeah, Punkwaddle is enthusiastic, so yeah, we will most likely have Punkwaddle in on that. If you know Mr. Punkwaddle, the Penguin, and we'll keep it down to a reasonable time length. Whatever Tron works for Tron. But one thing I like is a lot of people out there, like Loki, for example. Like he'll do his show 1 hour, right, every morning, and that's like he's consistent about it. So you don't have to worry about the stream overrunning for like 4 additional hours and missing out on it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you posted, Tron. It might be like a week out or so, but we'll talk it over on Discord. Word. Mhm. Likewise. Thanks, Solar Batty. Oh, my dinner is here. I'm gonna go, yo. I'll catch you guys later. You all have a great afternoon, a great evening, actually. It's evening now. So Godspeed, Pete, Mr. Maestro. It was a pleasure meeting you. Ms. Batty, good to see you. And Ram. I'm gonna call him Ram. Ramstein. No, I'm kidding. Mr. Ram, good to see you too. All right. Over and out. Ending transmission. Alrighty, for anybody watching me on Rumble, YouTube, or the other platforms, I want to thank you for tuning in. We were doing a little graphic work, but I got sidetracked because my friend was running a stream. Anyway, my dinner is outside. Like, I literally am looking at it in the driveway right now. So, while it's raining outside, I better get going. So, we're going to end this stream on my mark. Mark.